thing. So, being unable to resist giving advice. So, ano no, kay wala man kay may advice kayo sa imong client. So, i-drop na lang nimo imong client. Nga, layo na kayo mag-istoryahan. Ikaw, inis kay mag-focus lang kay client. Dili na yun noon kay, pero kasi pag-interrupt, di ba? Inis na mag-focus lang kay sa client. Unable na lang siya nga magpagawa sa ibang kay samo ka, ayaw ka, anak, good. Next is dwelling. So, countering the speaker's verbal advances with fears and trust of your own. So, diri ay, avoid pa na to ni siyang dwelling o sidestepping sentiments. So, countering expressions of emotion with jokes and cliches. So, avoid na din natin. Kung ano to sa tamang lugar at pag-ilagay ka. So, therefore, a good listening skills in counseling establishes trust and helps the client open up and disclose their thoughts and encourages them to share their emotions. So, ano din na siya important sa active listening skills.
The fifth part of counseling skills is the responding skills. So here, the social worker must be able to provide a thoughtful responses to their client during their sessions because the way of responding will help the worker move forward with their interview. So there are 7 skills that a social worker or a counselor must do in order to have a good counseling. So the first one is paraphrasing. It allows the counselor to communicate that he or she not only heard the client but also understand what has been said. So the counselor would paraphrase or rewrite the client's statements using their own words. It should be tentatively worded so that the client can correct the counselor if necessary. The second one is reflecting of feeling. This involves the counselor reflecting what he or she senses the client is feeling. Just like holding up a mirror and you're gonna repeat the exact words of what your client has said. It's like putting yourself into someone else's shoes because in that way, the counselor can understand the client's side. The third one is minimal encouragers. This technique allows the counselor to facilitate what the client is saying without changing the client's line of thought. As we converse to our client, it's not just we're gonna listen to them, but also we need to encourage them to be more open as they talk with their feelings. Because in that way, we can perceive the client that we understand them and value them as a person. So the fourth one is clarifying remarks. This can be used when the counselor either did not hear or does not understand the client's statements. So the counselor may repeat the client's words to clarify the statements. Next is summarizing. This involves restating some of the major concerns that the client has mentioned during the sessions. So in summarizing, obviously the counselor would summarize all the things that they have understood from the client. Also, summarizing can lead to perception check. In perception check, it will help the counselor to determine what the client wants to work on. Client here will take note or list down the important key details that will help the counselor in creating a problem-solving strategies. And last is focusing or concreteness. This refers to help the clients discuss their concerns in specific terms. So sometimes clients can be too overwhelmed with their feelings and have difficulty in putting their things in perspectives. So counselor here would help the client through making a concrete response for them to help them emphasize their issues.
So what is empathy understanding? So, It is the ability to stand in the other person's shoes, looking at the world through their eyes, and asking what is likely to be in this situation or a person's situation. So the idea is we should put ourselves in the shoe of others for us to really to deeper more understand what was really the client's feeling towards kanang sa iyang gipang agian na mga struggle sa life ana, di ba? Mas dali na to ma-identify or mas dali na to siya masabtan if we put ourselves sa client na situations. So, observing the other's point of view without filtering it through our personal lens, avoid a judgmental attitude towards the person, and this will enable us to deeply understand our client. So, we should avoid the judgmental attitude. Since we are protecting here the confidentiality, kay, di ba, si social worker, wala man siya gituluan sa profession na nga para mag-judge siyang client. So, si counselor is naa siya para tabangan si client, para paminawon kung unsa jud ang saluubin ni client, nito, para mas ma-deeply understand nato ba. So, we should dapat si counselor is ma-insert niya ang acceptance o ganing the non-judgmental principle para mas effective o ang iyang counseling sa iyang client. And next is, a good counselor tries to understand. So, mauto siya, no? Ang good counselor daw is dapat kanang i-understand nato pag-ayo kung unsa ang gi-share nga kanang problema sa client, no? Para ma-identify ko nato kung gusto niyang feeling, ana, kay dali is, ang major point manggod dali as empathic listening is, we should put ourselves in the shoe of others, no? So, as we are, para mas deeply na to siya ma-understand ang ni client, yung salubi ni client, o ma-identify na to kung saan mga possible na intervention na magbuhat ni counselor.